Problems mounting for Manchester United. Maguire and Ugarte injured today. Dorgu suspended. Højlund is dropped to the bench. So Victor Lindelof starts a Premier League game for the first time in almost a year. Eriksen starts in the league for the first time this year. Casemiro and Mazraoui are back. And when you have a look at the bench, Rasmus Højlund is dropped there. The other 8 players on the Manchester United bench have 6 Premier League appearances between them. And they include Chido Obi and Aidan Heaven, who of course recently left Arsenal's academy. For Arsenal, Thomas Partey is back. He replaces Jorginho. Lewis Skelly returns from suspension as a substitute, and so too is a boost for Mikel Arteta in his 200th Premier League game in charge. There's Gabriel Martinelli after 4 games out with a hamstring injury. Right, let's hear from both managers then ahead of this big one, beginning with the United boss, Ruben Amorim.
Well, Ruben, you said we have to survive Sunday. So today, physically, mentally, you know what your players have given, what they've been through. How challenging is today going to be for them?
Yeah, we are going to face a very good team that is had this time in Europe. He has everything under control, but we are just focused on this game. Of course, we have to rotate some players, trying to present a fresh team for this game. But our focus is to fight for the win today.
Would you like to have rotated more? And did you consider maybe using a number of those young players that are on the bench?
Yes, I considered, but is really important, this game. So I don't want to put the young players in this moment. The other guys have to step up, especially in the difficult moments, and we will be fresh for the next one.
Well, Mikel, time flies when you're having fun. Your 200th game today as a Premier League manager. How far have you come, and how much work is still to do?
As far as today, and today we have a big game, big opportunity in an incredible stadium to be ourselves and the right to win the game.
So what do you expect from Manchester United? It's their 3rd time playing them this season. That gives you maybe a little bit more of an insight into their structure and the problems they might pose?
Yeah, they changed a little bit, but they've been quite consistent in the approach. Obviously, the profile of players changes everything in football. Doing what you want to do with different players is different dynamics. So let's see how they set up, and very clear what we want to do.
7 wins in 10 Premier League games as the Arsenal manager against Manchester United for Mikel Arteta. He's got a couple of boosts back on the bench, as I mentioned. Manchester United, though, really stretched in that team. As I say, Rasmus Højlund apart, the substitutes, 8 of them, 2 goalkeepers, have 6 Premier League appearances between them. And Casemiro and Eriksen are both asked to play in midfield. Zertsky again goes as the lone frontman. Lindelof not played a Premier League game from the start in almost a year. Are you concerned with that Manchester United starting 11, Owen?
Yes, yes I am. I mean, Arsenal without kind of their first choice front 3, and you still fancy them as big favourites. I think just alone on kind of team selection, you worry for Casemiro and Eriksen in there. They probably need somebody to fill in, whether Bruno drops in there and helps out. I think this could be a really tough game, even though Arsenal are missing their first choice front 3. I just think with that defence and Raya back there, Partey and Rice in front, I don't see how United are going to score unless it's a set piece. So advantage obviously Arsenal, but United need a performance. They need to step up. You know, can it be Fernandes? Can it be Xerxes? Can it be Garnacho? Somebody needs to step up and put in a performance at Old Trafford. They need it because Arsenal right now, I'd say, and it doesn't happen very often, they go to Old Trafford, they're favourites.
Wow. And when you look at that midfield area, right, in particular, Eriksen and Casemiro, Partey's back.
Yeah.
And Declan Rice is someone you feel has really held things together in recent times.
Well, Declan, for me, he's probably the poster boy for a £100 million signing in respects of what he's done up to this point since he's been at Arsenal. Everything he's done has been perfect, whether he finds himself in the 6th position, in the 8th position, in the 10th position. He's fantastic.
And has he stepped up again from last season, maturity-wise?
I think for me, when you look at like we rightly say there, Owen, we've got players missing. He is somebody that, whether he finds himself up the pitch or the score there, Kai Havertz. Again, it's a nice pass inside to Lewis Skelly. If he finds himself out here on the left, still got the quality to get the ball in with pay on the right side of the defender, and then look at his pass. Talking about every aspect of what you should be doing as a midfield player, he's doing, and then obviously we know now, and he has to come in now because it's summer. He needs to start doing the work so as we could get these players at the start of the summer to get ready to go. We can't wait anymore. You can't let a manager like Mikel maybe say, you know what, your ambition isn't matching mine now. I've done it, I'm going to finish second 3 times, and you still haven't got a striker for me? 3 windows, like 5 windows in 3 years? You know, this question's got to be asked.
100% agree. Mikel's done his job. He's turned this club completely around. All that negativity that was in and around at that time with Arsene leaving and Unai Emery coming in, he's fixed all that. Got rid of the ones he didn't want, created an amazing culture. They're right there. Now you got to back him. He's there. You can't tell me Mikel didn't want a striker in January. Then all of a sudden, then you over-rely on Saka and his fitness, and Kai Havertz, who virtually plays every game. They break down. Martinelli breaks down, and then you're left with a 17-year-old who's a brilliant 17-year-old, by the way, and a central midfield player who's playing as a striker. That can't be. You think back to what Arsenal had back in the day up front. Bergkamp, Wrighty, Perez, Overmars, Kanu, Henry. I mean,
Will Tord.
Literally, they had 7, and now you're relying on a really good number 10 in Kai Havertz to do the job for you, and now Mourinho. It just seems, I don't understand why that centre-forward position is almost died out, Righty. It's like there isn't that many options up there.
But then you look at, we're talking about centre-forwards, then you look at someone like Rasmus Højlund. Now, they've paid what they've paid from 63, 70, whatever it is. And if you're going to be paying that money, you are taking a chance. So you look at Højlund, you know, it was 63, whatever it is. You look at Darwin Núñez, he was 80 something. And then you look at Isak, he was 60 something. It's a gamble. And I don't care what anyone says, whoever you're picking, it's going to be a gamble. So you might as well go in with what you're going to go in for, do your due diligence on that player for how you want to play Arsenal, and just go and get him and make it work, because you can see it can come undone for you, like we're seeing with Højlund at the moment, unfortunately for him, and we've seen with Darwin Núñez. You know, it can go wrong for you, but at the same time, you've got to dip your feet in that water.
OK, much more discussion on this. Talking of Højlund and United, they got a point, of course, as well. Here is the Manchester United manager's reaction. Ruben Amorim.
Well, Ruben, your thoughts on your team and their efforts today?
I think we did well. Of course, we don't want to play like this, defending so much and giving the ball to the opponent. But with all the games, with all the problems, and then the characteristics of the players, try to leave Lindelof, for example, without games, trying to let him without a lot of meters to cover. Casemiro is more comfortable in this kind of game, so I try to adapt and to imagine the game that we could win, and we proved that today.
Are you on the back foot mainly because it's a tactical decision from yourself, given the options you've got, the players you have available?
It's also the opponent. The last game for Champions League was high pressure from PSV, man to man, and they are harder to mark in this way. In the low block, we can control more the game, and then we have some good players for transition. I think Garnacho made a really complete game. So he was upset last Thursday, and today it was amazing.
That said, once you went ahead in the game, did you feel like the confidence grew and you became a much more threatening side?
Yeah, it's normal. It's normal, and we try to let the starting 11 until the goal, because you know that when you suffer a goal, all that the players tired from the last games is going to show, and we push a little further. I think it works. It worked a little bit, but we try to choose the best moments to press high, and we have some moments winning the ball, and we create a lot of chances to win the game today.
As the Manchester United manager, Ruben Amorim. This is the Manchester United midfielder, Christian Eriksen, live from Old Trafford. Christian, thank you very much indeed for joining us. What was your view on that 1-1 in the end?
I think we can be happy with a draw. I think we had some good opportunities to even win the game, but obviously being further back than we want to, then it's difficult. But I think we played a good game in general.
What about that free kick? You've taken a few in your time from Bruno Fernandes just before half-time.
Yeah, well, you have to let them play at the moment. You have to shoot at the moment because they're going in. I think even with Owen in the studio, I think we did a few free kicks before, but maybe he's been watching clips.
Christian, was that the game plan a little bit today? Obviously, you kind of let them have a little bit of the ball, was kind of sit in and then try and hit him on the counter. I thought Garnacho especially was terrific. He gave the team so much going forward.
Yeah, no, it was a bit of the game plan, looking back or staying back a bit more and trying to punish them on that. And yeah, that was literally the game plan, like you saw in the game.
And you'd gone to 75 minutes with the lead. Touch frustrated that the goal eventually went in from Arsenal at that point?
Yeah, I think so. Also, with the chances we had to go up for 2-0 and really close the game off was a bit unfortunate. But I think, we kept ourselves in the game for a long time, and we had the belief that we were going to win. And unfortunately, we didn't. But yeah, it's always a bit disappointing to concede a goal in the last 3 minutes.
And you found a goalkeeper in unbelievable form in that second half, and in the very last minute as well, didn't you?
Yeah, no, I think he had very good saves, which kept them in the game, obviously.
Overall, what's the general feeling about progress under Ruben Amorim at the moment?
No, I think it's obviously United. Everything is slow. Everything is more or less. Everybody wants it to be quicker and fast and everything, but it takes time to adapt to new stuff. It's a new style of play, new position on the pitch, and a different manager, like I said. So yeah, it takes time to adapt, and we are doing our best to adapt as quick as possible and get used to it. And obviously, when you're United, there's no time to adapt stuff like that.
No, and he hasn't been able to pick a settled side either, has he? I mean, that just makes it more difficult.
Yeah, obviously there's been a lot of injuries in and out, a lot of games, and not enough wins. That makes it a lot easier.
But just finally, a positive result today to set you up for an enormous game on Thursday there at Old Trafford now.
Yeah, it will be. It will be a massive game and very important for our season in general to win the next game and go through to the next round and give ourselves an option to go through.
Appreciate you joining us, Christian. Thanks very much indeed.
You're welcome.
Cheers. That's Christian Eriksen live at Old Trafford. He's right, though. I mean, it does take time, but when you're a Man United player, you're not given time, are you? You know that.
No, and I think Christian understands that as well. That's probably why he came out. He's probably one of the best talkers, I think. And I think also Ruben probably relied, I think, on his experience. Casemiro's experience, I thought, did well in there today. Bruno playing in centre mid. I think he looked at those guys, thought, right, let's be solid, let's defend deeper, be solid in the middle of the park. Obviously, with Garnacho on the right-hand side, I thought he was terrific. And then Mazraoui, especially second half. He made some brilliant runs coming inside. So they had a game plan. And you know what? You'd have to say it came off. So credit to the manager and the players. But again, it's not often you see a Man United team that's got 30% possession. But I think it was needs must. And I think the game probably on Thursday might be quite similar, against Sociedad. So that is a great blueprint for that game. They need to win, and if they can win the Europa League, Steve, they save their season. Whether you finish 14th or 15th, the Europa League is Champions League, and then you put yourself in a different position altogether.
Yeah, but that's not as easy as said and done, is it? Winning the Europa League at this moment in time.
Well, they probably have the best squad in there, in the Europa League. So why not? You've got to plant a seed. Say this is what we're going to do. We're going to go win the Europa League. We've got the squad to do it. They got more than enough players to go and do it. I think the favourites were Tottenham and Man United.